I don't think people really understand, especially if they haven't experienced the Old Rite. Okay, so you experience the Old Rite, and the propers aren't optional. Like the propers are how you do Mass.
That's it. Yep.
You don't even have the option of vernacular. Like you do the thing in the gradual. That's what you do.
It's not even like a thing of option or not option, because it's just what the Mass is. That's just it. It's just the structure of the Mass. There's no. It takes all the what am I going to program this week? How am I going to do this and that and the other thing? It's like this is how the Mass is done, and there's this ritualistic structure that's kind of got this consistency to it. It's meant to be an aid, right? It's meant to help us not to have to reinvent the wheel every single time.
Right. But then it makes so much more sense when you read the rubric and you say, okay, so the council said that sacred music is the greatest treasure that the church has, right? The sacred music is a greater treasure than that of any other art. So even the grandest cathedrals, the best stained glass, whatever it is, the most beautiful monstrance, the music itself, because it's part of the fabric of the liturgy, is the greatest treasure. So what type of music were they talking about? They're talking about Palestrina. They're talking about Victoria. And, like that type of music is what they're holding up. And they're saying, this is the most precious, and the Gregorian chant, of course. This is the most precious thing that we have because it is integral. It's the liturgy is not a plaything. And that's why they continued to sing these chants 1,000 years later, because they're beautiful, holy things that we guard and treasure that are living for us today as they were 1,000 years ago.
Right.